All right, let's go through the first of our examples. Bond A has par value of $10,000. That's what we need to repay at the end of the term. The term is 2 years, so we're gonna have 2 years to pay back $10,000. The contract interest rate is 7%. That's the amount of interest we will actually be paying out of cash. The market interest rate is 7%, so that is the same as the contract interest rate in this case, and our issue price is 100. The issue price, it tells you what percent of the market value we're actually selling it for. So the first thing we need to do is determine if this is a par value bond, a bond with a discount, or a bond with a premium. This one I've determined is par value. Here's how I know. The contract rate equals the market interest rate. When the contract interest rate equals the market interest rate, we are going to sell this bond at par. Also, my issue price is 100% of par value. That's the second piece of information that tells me I'm going to sell this at par. Okay, so that means when I issue the bond, I'm actually selling it at par value of $10,000. No complicated calculations needed. So let's do our first journal entry at issuance. Make sure you write down these journal entries. They're going to be the same every time. All the par value entries will be the same. All the discount entries will be the same. All the premium entries will be the same. So you want to have these written down in your notes so you can remember how to do issuance. We're going to do our interest payment, and we're going to do when we retire the bond. Let's start with interest. First things first, we're issuing a bond. The reason we're issuing the bond is to get cash. So we know we're definitely going to debit cash. And we issued the bond at par, so we're getting the full $10,000 of cash. Our credit is going to be to our liability. We are going to owe $10,000. So we're going to debit cash $10,000, credit bond payable $10,000. Next, I need to calculate my interest payment, my semi-annual interest payment. And my interest payment is going to be par value, which is $10,000, times my contract interest rate, which is 7%, times 180 over 360. And that is going to be $350. So the bondholder will get paid $350 every 6 months. So to record this for a par value bond, we're going to debit interest expense. And we're going to credit cash because we're actually paying cash. So this is when we sell a par value bond, every 6 months we will make a journal entry to debit interest expense, credit cash, and pay the interest. All right, I'm going to take a moment to erase the board, and then we're going to retire this bond. All right, so we issued our bonds. We paid our interest payment every 6 months. We're only going to make that journal entry once to show that we know what it is. You won't need to write it however many times, in this case 4 times, twice a year times 2 years. You can just put it once. All right, now we're going to retire the bond. We're going to pay it off, and we will no longer have the liability. The retirement entry is the same for every bond. Well, the amounts change, but regardless of whether it's a par value bond, a discount bond, or a premium bond, the retirement entry is the one entry that's always going to be exactly the same. So first we're going to debit the bond payable because we're not going to owe it anymore, we're paying it off. We're debiting bond payable for the par value because par value is the cash we pay at the end of the term, okay? Always, whether we've issued at par value, discount, or premium, at the end of the term, we are paying back the face value or par value of that bond. And then the credit is to cash because we have to actually pay the bond. So this completes bond A. Next, I'm going to go through and show you how to do bond B, which we're going to issue at a discount, and bond C, which we're going to issue at a premium.